So you're looking for a boxing game to play, and you stumble across Undisputed. I'm going to tell you not to buy this game, but I'm going to say don't buy it yet. We've seen it so many times where developers release a roadmap, and the roadmap doesn't go ahead. There's delays, there's some sort of thing that holds it up, and it's just never released on time. Well, Undisputed is one of those games. It's just come out on into early access on Steam. And I've not even picked up the game. I've been sat there on and off pretty much all day watching gameplay for it, and there is so much work this game needs. Credit to Ricky J Sports for the footage in the background. The link to his original video will be in the description. And starting off with the roadmap, they plan to add in 2023 new fighters and new venues, gameplay balancing, additional punch and movesets and custom taunts, fighter select character customizations, you can just choose all the different gear and stuff for your fighters, character creating and sharing, so you can actually create your own character, that's not in the game at the moment, accessibility functionality, and career mode, because this game has launched with no career whatsoever. And yes, it might be early access, but there's got to be some sort of thing outside quick matches that you are able to do in a game like this. This is supposed to be an authentic boxing experience. You do not just want to go into a fight and see if you win it or lose it. But it's not just that that's the problem, the fact that there's a lack of content, a lack of game modes and stuff. There is barely any clinching that I've seen, but when there is clinching, there's no ref to break you apart, so you can stand there for an uncomfortable amount of time, essentially just hugging your opponent. And there's progressive sweat in this, so you're essentially either two men or two women just hugging each other and dripping sweat all over each other. The computer, opponents are always gonna go for body shots. They do attack your head, but they prioritize the body, even if that's not working. If that's a strategy that's not going to work against you as the player, the computer is still going to go for a lot of body shots, an unnecessary amount. When you get knocked down in this, you get a 10-second count like normal, but when you do get knocked down, the game gives you a quick time event to get back to your feet. And that's instantly going to give some people a big disadvantage in the ring. There's going to be people that can't get on with the prompts. There's going to be people that don't know how to do it properly, and they're going to lose fights because of it. The game should have mechanics in place to determine whether you are getting back up or not. It should not be based on the difficulty progressing, depending how many times you've been knocked down or whatever, based on a quick time event. And then what they've added into this game is ring walks, but the ring walks will have your fighters walking out on their own. There is nobody around them whatsoever, and it just takes away from the immersion, the atmosphere and everything, because your fighters are walking out alone. But not only that, in terms of the gameplay, there is no referee in the ring when you are fighting. So as I said about the clinching, you're not going to see a ref that's telling you to break, that's looking at the judges or deciding whether a knockdown was actually a knockdown or a trip or something like that. And then when you get to the end of the fight, no matter who wins or loses or whatever, there's no replay of the fights or anything like that. As I said, based on the roadmap, there's no career mode. You are literally just doing online or offline boxing. And from the gameplay I've seen, it might be fun for some people, but it just feels as though there's no impact in the punches. Some of the animations are awful. When you, say you go for a hook around your opponent's face, the animations basically are unrealistic. They don't look that good. And then at the end of the fight, you normally have the ref holding one arm of each fighter and the winner has their arm raised. The ref just kind of steps back and points to the winner, and then the winner does their own thing. And I think they should have had different, even if it is early access, they should have had different animations for what happens at the end of a fight. But alongside that, there are issues in this game too. There are people that are waiting for the ring walks and everything. The bell goes for round one, and then boom, the game disconnects. It literally just kicks you out, you lose connection, you're back to the menu, choosing your fighter, going back in again. And this can happen in ranked matches quite often. So essentially you are paying $30 or £25 at the moment for quick matches, and that is it. And the game might be okay, the gameplay might be enjoyable for a lot of people. If you're a big boxing fan, it might be okay for some silly fun. Or you might just want to invest in the game now, pick it up at $30, because the price will probably increase as they progress through development. So you might just want to make that early investment to save yourself a bit of money in the long run. But if you are looking for a proper boxing game, early access or not, Even though there's not that many out there, this just isn't it right now. And I can tell you that without even playing the game myself. I've seen a lot of gameplay for this. I've seen loads of different fights, women and men fights. And it's all the same. One of the biggest letdowns for this game, because I was really looking forward to this. You've got some big named fighters in there. You've got the Gypsy King. You've got Usyk. You've got Muhammad Ali. You've got Canelo. There are so many good fighters in here. But that's where the price of the game comes from. It's not the fact that they've made a really good early access for a boxing game. It's because it even says in the Steam description for the game, it says more licensed boxers than ever before. And I understand they need to make their money, but it was only 4 months ago they decided to change the name of the game. It was originally called ESBC. It was going to be Esports Boxing Club. Then they changed it to Undisputed for whatever reason. And they've released this. It's just not a good looking game whatsoever. It's going to cost you £25 and there's barely anything in there. You're literally just going into random matches and doing a bit of ranked play. When the game has some balancing, when they add a referee to the ring, when the ring walks have people around the fighters, when there's a career mode, when there's more to the game, it's probably going to be worth your money. The gameplay does look as though it can be really fun. Even despite the lack of impact on the punches, from my personal opinion, it probably at some point, if they stick to their roadmap, so there's a chance they might not, but there is a chance they might, if they stick to that roadmap and they release a career mode and stuff, this is probably going to be worth your money, if not more than what they are currently charging for it. But right now, for the price they are charging, this is not worth picking up, in my opinion. I just think they could have done way more in the time they've had, because I've been looking through reviews as well as watching gameplay and stuff, and apparently all that's changed since the betas is they've added more fighters into the game. They haven't really done anything in terms of the gameplay, and that's a bad sign, because you're paying to have these fights, and yeah, you might like the idea of fighting as Tyson Fury or Muhammad Ali, but at the end of the day, you're purchasing a video game, you're wanting a good gameplay experience, and if they're not doing anything to polish up the animations, or add a referee into the ring, or things like that, then it's not worth your money. But as I said, it's just, as of now, it's not worth the money. If they add a career mode, relatively soon, say 3 months' time they add a career mode, I'm picking this game up. I want to play a career mode of this game. I know a lot of people are going to get really excited when they add in the ability to create your own fighters and stuff, but right now, it's a bare bones title, early access or not. They've had enough time to work on it and put some features in that they've missed, especially fundamental features to a boxing match, like a referee, because when you're in the clinch, there's no one to break you. And not only that, I think the way the ranked matches are set up, your team can't throw in the towel. There's no being saved by the bell or anything like that. The referee is the only one that can stop the fight, and he's not even there, or she's not even there in the ring to stop the fight. And there's no replays or anything you want to see. If you're knocking out your opponent, you want to see that punch you landed and the impact of it, to see why they've gone down, and you want to see their face go like jelly as your hand connects with their chin, but you don't see any of that in Undisputed, and that's why I'm saying do not buy it yet. Wait to see if the developers do well, adding new features, balancing things, and just progressing the development of the game. And what we're going to do right now is leave the video there. Let me know your thoughts and stuff about Undisputed in the comments, and check out this video if you want to see other content on the channel. I will see you in the next one. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for watching.